think we're live. Good morning, beloveds. So I didn't do this yesterday because what we did was we left Friday night, drove to Corsicana, spent the night in Corsicana. Oh, my voice is weird. Okay. And then in the morning got up and drove the rest of the way to the Waxahachie and spent all day at the Renaissance Festival. And then about, I say 4:30, we decided to go home because it took, it took a half an hour to walk back to our car from the parking lot, or in the parking lot. And then, so we drove home last night and then still set our alarm and got up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go to the gym. And then I got up and I always check my messages because I told him he has until 6:35 to text me. And he texted me probably a little after 6 and said, "Oh, let's go to my back." So Tom and I both of us just went back to bed. Now I've got to get up and deal with this, but, it was a great time. We had a great time. The weather was almost perfect. There was a nice breeze most of the day. When the clouds covered the sun, it was actually cool. And then when we were in direct sunlight, it was, a little warm. But it was so much fun. And we got to see several, friends. We got to see the artists that we like. And we saw, some shows that we've seen before. And we got to see some new shows. And just, we ran away and played. And everybody needs to do that every now and again. I mean, ours was, just over 24 hours, but oh man, except now I feel like I could sleep for a week. So, okay. I don't know why I'm trying to put my glasses on. We're going to do that yet. So we are doing Living the Science of Mind, which is a collection of essays written by Ernest for a take home or an at home Science of Mind course that was in the back of the magazine you could send off. So these are the essays. And I really like the essays from the standpoint of, I really think that probably what happened is people would write to kind of like the way Jesse does with his column. People write in and have questions, although mostly they probably email. They email him. And in this case, they were writing letters and they would write Ernest and have questions. And so Ernest would answer them. Because that's why there's one title. Why do we talk so much about God? Probably somebody went to Ernest and said, "Why do you talk about God so much?" And Ernest answered the question. So that is what we're working on. Let's do the housekeeping first, and then we'll do the essay for today. Because today's essay is short. It's 1 page. Not quite as short as Friday's essay, because Friday's essay was like 2 paragraphs. But we will do that. And, see, told you I could sleep for a week. The housekeeping is just me reminding you we are Creative Life Spiritual Center. We, hang on. The website is creativelife.org. The constant contact email is info@creativelife. It's 1 email a week. It tells you what's going on for the week and the month and lets you, the hot links are hot, and it's a blind CC. So nobody's going to get your email from us. You won't end up on anybody else's email list because, of that. So that's that. And then with the social media, we do not monetize the social media. Why that's important? Because we don't want to I'm so sorry. We don't want to deal with the ads any more than you do. What we would like you to do is engage with our pages. Go and, like, subscribe, share, follow, comment on the posts and the pages. It bumps us in the algorithms. So we would appreciate that. That way more people see our stuff. All right. Yeah, there's that. Okay. Okay. Let me wrap my head around what's going on. Oh, I didn't tell you what the pages are. Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark, and I am the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. So there's that. There we go. All right. I'm awake. I don't think I'm going to get much done this afternoon, which is why we put most of the stuff away when we got home. except for the new stuff that now we have to find homes for. So, all right. Trying to turn on my light. Hang on. Okay. We are doing the presence is peace, joy, and beauty. All people desire a personal God. And in our system of thought, we may be certain that spirit is personal to everyone who personifies it. Which, by the way, everybody personifies it. Whether we actually follow the divine pattern or not, that's the question. If the spirit is omnipresent and undivided, it is at the very center of our being, and each one of us is a unique representation of this omnipresent one. Kipling said, each in their separate star shall draw the thing as they see it, for the God of things are as they are. Let me try that again, because, hang on. Okay, Kipling, I'm assuming he's talking about Rudyard Kipling. That's a strange first name. Said, each in their separate star shall draw the thing as they see it, for the God of things as they are. Okay. Most certainly, God is personal to everyone. And the wonderful thing is that each represents God in a unique way. Each individualizes God, and no two individualizations are identical. Thus, the personality of God is not only real to us, it is uniquely real. To sense the divine person back of each act and the divine direction back of each thought is both scientific and sensible. Moreover, without such a sense, there would be no warmth or color in our work. Each treatment should be filled with the atmosphere of helpfulness, proceeding from our realization that we are recognizing God as our patient. Recognizing God in our patient. Okay, that makes way more sense. Sorry about that. Okay, let's try that again. Each treatment should be filled with the atmosphere of helpfulness, proceeding from our realization that we are recognizing God in our patient. The God who is personal through them, personal to them, individualized in them. Instead of denying that God is personal to each one of us, we emphasize such personalness. Indeed, it is one of the chief cornerstones of this whole spiritual nature, this whole philosophical system of thought. Not only is there a presence within each of us, which directly responds to us, there is also a law operating through us, which obeys the will of this presence. Since the presence is peace, joy, and beauty, and since it must be harmony and wholeness, we may be sure that these qualities seek expression through our activities, seek manifestation in everything we do, say, and think, or as Jesus said to the woman at the well, for such the Father seek. For the Father seeketh such. Okay, so I don't know about the rest of it, but let's go back to that line about the treatment. Recognize. Wait, what did he say? We are recognizing the God in our patient. Okay. One, we don't use that language anymore. We don't use the word patient because that's medical and we don't want to get in trouble. So legally. But what's important is to remember that practitioners don't heal. It's extremely important to remember practitioners don't heal. What we do is hold the space in the divine for the patient to recognize the divinity within themselves and to recognize the divine pattern within themselves so that they heal themselves. Okay? Practitioners do not heal. Well, they can, but they heal themselves. That's why when we talk about treatment, it's the practitioner treating themselves to know the highest and best about the, I guess I'll use the word client. What we do is we know within ourselves that this person that has come to us for whatever reason, they have come to us. We know that they are a divine being using a divine pattern, and that they are perfect, whole, healthy, happy, whatever it is. Okay. So we recognize their divinity, and we hold that space until they can do it themselves. That's what practitioners do. We don't heal the body. What we do, and you could say the same thing about doctors. Doctors don't heal the body. What they do is they provide space for the body to heal itself. Now, they provide things that help the body do that. They might provide medications. They might provide exercises. They might provide nutrition. Point being is doctors don't heal the body. Practitioners don't heal the body or the person. They make space for the person or the body to do it themselves. That's why occasionally practitioners will give homework. It's like, hey, read this. Hey, why don't you do this kind of meditation? Hey, why don't you do, here's this affirmation to, because what we're doing is providing the space for the body to do what it knows, the body and the spirit to do what it knows to do. That's what out of that paragraph, that is what I thought was the most important line. That's why he says, okay, if we think the spirit is this, which is peace, beauty, and joy, if we think that's what the spirit is, and we recognize that we are spirit, then that is what we are. We are peace. We are joy. We are beauty. It's up to us to start, one, realizing it, recognizing it, and acting like it. To embody the divine pattern of ourselves. We are individualized centers of the divine. There it is. So it might be shocking to hear somebody say doctors don't heal. It might be shocking to hear somebody say practitioners don't heal. But any good practitioner will tell you that. Any good practitioner will tell you, I am not going to heal you, but I'm going to know the divine pattern of you so that you can heal. There's a difference. There's a difference. It's one of the reasons why when we go through practitioner training, we're taught never to take anything personally. If a person comes to us and we do the treatment and we have done our work and the person doesn't heal of whatever it is, the question becomes, did the person do their work? It is always my job to do the work. If somebody comes to me with a request, it is my job to do to the best of my ability, to know who they are and who the divine knows them to be. But they got to participate too. So you got to participate. You get to know who you are. All right. I hadn't thought about the doctor thing before until I was just now. We're doing that kind of that same thing. The doctor is providing space through exercise, nutrition, medication, what have you, for the body to heal itself. Interesting. Okay. All right. There's that. I'm going to move on because this, after being outside all day, this needs some help. All right, beloveds. That is the science about. So we're gonna light into a section tomorrow. God, your personal self, and so there's a series of essays within that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do God, your personal self, and then we're gonna do each essay in that section separately. So yeah. So my titles are going to get longer. All right, beloveds. I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a take care of business day, a drink plenty of water day, a rest yourself day, a cuddle your fur babies day, a go enjoy the sunshine day, a go enjoy the breeze day. Because it looks absolutely gorgeous out there. I haven't been out there yet, but it looks gorgeous out there. Enjoy the beautiful of the day. Get to know who you are day. a prep what you gotta prep day, a take a nap day, a do something good for yourself day, whatever that looks like. Read a good book, listen to some music, take a nap, eat something amazing. Yeah. And I'm running out of words day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, and I know it can be occasionally, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You're a beloved expression of the divine. You are a brilliant light, a divine spark, spirit in motion, God in action, a beautiful masterpiece, and a work in progress at the same time at your own pace. And as Reverend Jesse likes to call it, you are a godling. All right, beloveds, explore the truth of your being. Get to know who the divine knows you to be. It's super important. Get to know who the divine knows you to be, because the divine knows you to be good. It's all the divine knows. And from there, anything is possible. All right, beloveds, take care of yourself. Wait, hang on. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you around 9:15 tomorrow. More importantly, it is Sunday. We will have an amazing service for you right here at 11. Hang on. There are words on Facebook Live, later on YouTube. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.